The thing is, I wish I'd known how gifted he was as an artist. Maybe I could have, appreciated it more or known more about it or something.
I've never ever thought about it. It's just been kind of laying around, and I never did anything with it, so. Gene seems to be reappearing, so I thought I'd give it to you. And
you look at artists, and that is one thing that they leave behind.
I wanted to write a short piece about Eugene Landry and his art and what I knew of his story. And so I started tracking down the art I could find to take photos of it. That led me to discovering a lost collection of his art that had been in a storage building for about 25 years in Grayland.
What was he like as a teen? What was his style? Can you tell us about that?
he was Jimmy Dean in disguise. Loafers, white socks, Levi's, white shirt, red coat, red hair combed back, and a ducktail.
So Gene was adopted as a kid, as a baby, and his biological family were Ho and Quileute and Swedish.
Number one, I didn't know that Gene was adopted.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope, never knew it. It never occurred to me until I got older or something, and it said something about him being adopted, and that they said he used to be a Rosander. And I said, oh, you mean like Melody? And I said, yeah, it's from the same family. And I said, oh.
Myrtle and Fred Landry gave him a great home, better than any of the other kids on the res. They provided well for him, but he never really got to know his biological family until he was a teen.
This is Gene and Fred.
How old do you think he was in that?
Probably 14, 15.
So before he got ill?
Yeah. What was he, 16 when he got ill?
Oh, he was about 18.
Was he? Well, yeah. He was halfway through his senior year. Or just the start of it, because of football season.
Can you tell us about how you happened to know that so well?
Oh, I was going to town with Gene. I was up here on Thanksgiving vacation, I believe it was. We took this car right here, driving us in town to go into the Holcomb Aberdeen football game, and he passed out, and I thought he was joking around, and I yelled at him a couple times, and he just laid there.
So he was at Cushman Indian Hospital. He had meningitis, and that paralyzed him as a senior in high school. He spends 2.5 years at the hospital, and when he's discharged, he is in leg braces up to his top of his thighs and crutches, and he can walk and stand and walk, but he also uses a wheelchair. And at this point, he enrolls in the Derbyshire School of Art in Seattle. This is painted by Leon Derbyshire, Gene's teacher in Seattle. Leon Derbyshire studied in France in the 20s. His teacher was André Lute. He was influenced by Gauguin and Cezanne. He was a Cubist later, and he was a very influential teacher himself who had a school in Paris for decades. Gene's teacher went to the source for his art training, and that influenced Gene in how he painted later. So the influence is like almost a second generation influence down. He went in for rehab therapy at another Indian facility on Bainbridge Island. He was dropped while being moved, and it injured his spine, resulting in the loss of his right hand, his right arm.